out there? Do you want
So what happens if I decide to walk up there? What happens?
Then we will call the police department and have you removed.
Well, you better get them here, because I'm about ready to go up those stairs.
Ro, could you call the police?
Where is the city clerk's office at?
It's on the 4th floor.
Okay.
What are you needing?
I would like to just take a look around the city clerk's office, the lobby area, not inside it, but...
Okay. Well, I have to tell them you have to have some business to go upstairs.
Okay. I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist.
Okay.
That's official business.
Okay. So, what I'm going to have you do, put your information in here.
And I'm just curious, this is a visitor's log?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is there a city ordinance that states that I have to sign in?
My boss told me that people have been signing in for years.
Okay, but
so is there an ordinance? I don't know.
Gotcha, thank you. Is your boss available?
My boss went home for the day.
Oh,
Would
bummer.
you like to talk to another boss
That'll work.
to ask if you have to put
Yeah,
your name in the book to get a badge?
Yeah, I'm curious. Thank you. I'll be right over here. I'm not running from you.
No worries.
You have to sign in to get to anything on the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor, and the 4th floor. That's ridiculous. That's the mayor's office and the city clerk's office. And not to mention the council chambers. So you have to sign in at a city hall in order to attend the council meeting.
You would like to talk to someone?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm Kat.
Hi.
I was just curious. I see there's a sign-in sheet. Is that a city ordinance that's required?
It's a city policy.
Just a policy. Okay, so if I really wanted to go upstairs without signing in, I could?
No,
No?
no.
So it's a policy?
Yes.
Okay, but it's not an
It's
actual
for the safety and
ordinance.
security of our employees and our citizens and residents and visitors.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think I could get a copy of that policy?
A copy of,
The policy that states that?
it is our policy for entering and exiting the building, yes.
Yes, I get that, but I'm asking
public.
for a written copy of it. Whereabouts where is that written copy?
I'm not exactly sure where it would be,
Okay, I'd like to read it.
okay? You can do a sunshine request for it.
Okay.
Contact our city clerk.
In order to file that sunshine request, I have to go to the city clerk's office.
You don't have to, no.
I have a legal right to, though.
Do you have business to do with the city clerk?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what business do you have?
I'm not going to divulge it to you.
Okay.
Are you law enforcement?
No, sir.
No?
I'm just saying, if you have business with the city clerk, then please sign in.
Okay.
We will give you authorization to go up to the 4th floor city clerk.
Okay. But what I'm getting at here is it's a policy, not an actual ordinance. It's not a law.
It is not an ordinance, no.
So it's not a law. Is what I'm getting at. It's
It
just
is- it
it's
is
an
a city
unlawful
policy.
policy. It's an unlawful.
You can say it's unlawful. We have this, we have the safety and security of our citizens and our employees and our visitors,
Okay.
and that's what we're ensuring.
Okay.
Yes.
What I'm trying to ensure is that people's United States constitutional rights are not violated by unlawful
You don't
sign-on
have a
policy.
constitutional right to just go anywhere you please.
Okay. And what's your name?
My name is Don Stolberg.
And what's your job title here?
I am a management analyst. I work for the Department of Administration.
Okay. Is there anybody else I could speak to? To get me a copy of that policy.
Well, anyone you would speak to would go to me to get whatever you needed.
And you don't have the answers that I'm looking for, so that's what I'm getting at. So, I really...
You're making a request for an official policy, okay? That can be done by a sunshine request.
Okay, but you put the city clerk's office up on the 4th floor, correct? And I have to sign in order to go to the city clerk's office, is what I'm
Yes.
getting at.
Yes.
Okay, but it's not a law, so why am I being forced to sign in order to access public
Because
services?
that's our city policy.
But a policy is not law, and I'm only bound by laws. Your employees here are bound by policy. I am not. None of these citizens really are.
Okay.
We're bound by law.
All right?
Okay. I'm not trying to make this difficult.
Yes, you are actually, but that's fine.
That's okay. You don't know me.
I don't know.
No, you don't. So what happens if I decide to walk up there? What happens?
Then we will call the police department and have you removed.
Well, you better get them here, because I'm about ready to go up those stairs.
Ro, could you call the police department?
Maybe they'll know about the ordinance or
It's not an
policy.
ordinance, no.
Yeah.
It is a policy.
So you're going to have me removed from the building?
You said you were going to forcibly go in there. So
I didn't say
yes.
anything about force. I said I'm going to walk up there.
Okay.
All right. Don't put words into my mouth.
Okay.
All right. You understand that that policy is unlawful, though?
I don't understand that, no.
Okay. So maybe it'd be a judge that I have to tell you guys that.
That might be.
That
I
might
don't
be.
know.
That might be. That's why I'm here to check. So I didn't come in here ignorant of what's going on.
Okay.
So I'll patiently wait for law enforcement, and we'll see what they have to say.
Okay. That's fine.
So if it was a policy, who created said policy? Was it the city council, or was it someone with a job title like yours?
Actually, I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe it was put out by the Director of Administration,
Okay.
my boss.
Okay. A bureaucrat, not an elected official.
An appointed official, yes.
Okay. He's a bureaucrat.
Okay. Anything else I can help you with?
No, I'd like for you to stay till law enforcement gets here so
I'm
we can
going
get
to,
on the
yeah.
same page.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I will say, I do appreciate you guys having the sunshine request right here. It's second from the top. But the
Would you
problem
like
is, I already have one.
Okay.
So when you go up to the city clerk's office, is there a lobby up there?
No,
No? It just goes right into their offices?
no.
Okay. So
It's,
where do the citizens go if they wanted to deal with the city clerk or get?
they go to the window at the city clerk's
Okay.
office.
So on the other side of that window is the employees area. What's the area on the side that the citizen would be standing on? What would that be called?
Hallway.
Hallway or lobby?
There's no real lobby, it's a hallway.
Okay. How long have you worked here?
That depends.
Tough question. I'm guessing you've worked in different
In this
departments.
building here, a little over 5 years. For
Okay.
the city, 17 and a half.
Awesome. Good to know. How long do you know that that policy has been in place?
I believe it's been in place for the last 5, 6 or more years.
Okay.
Previous to that, we had other policies.
And that's why I'd really like to read the verbiage on that policy. I mean, I can tell you right now, just from the get-go, it's a policy, it's not a law. And that's what I'm trying to ram home here to you, is that you're making citizens sign in, and the sign-in sheet is gone. But if I can walk up and I can see somebody's private information,
That's not private information.
someone's
It's
name.
available by a sunshine request.
What, the sign-in sheet?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would think that, I don't recall if it had address on it.
It doesn't have.
Doesn't have an
no.
address, but it has phone number?
Can
No.
you tell me, is this a security desk I'm supposed to sign in at?
This is the information desk, yes.
Well, it says, before I get on the elevator, I'm supposed to sign in at a security desk.
Right.
Okay, and I need to see the city code enforcement.
Okay.
I don't see, I guess that's the guy, right? Where do I sign in?
There's a sign-in sheet right there.
Oh, I'd be in trouble if I did that.
Well,
All right,
sign in here.
thank you.
She wants to go to code enforcement.
I
Oh,
don't
okay.
want to, I have to.
Okay.
All right, well, come over here. I'm gonna come over here. I'm
Oh, all right.
So it just seems a little odd to have people sign into a building that they paid for, you know? And I get the safety and security aspect, but
Actually, I don't think you do, because the safety and security of our citizens and our employees are very important to us.
okay, and the safety and security of those citizens is directly tied to their constitutional rights, which are being violated here. And that's what I'm getting at.
Which constitutional right is being violated?
The right to have unreasonable searches and seizures not happen to you, and being forced to produce identification in order to walk into a public building seems a little
We're not forcing
odd.
people to produce an identification to walk into a building.
Okay, so I can just write down Tom, Dick, or Harry, or whatever name I want on that sheet, and I won't be prosecuted for any type of crime? Because I'll sign in, but I'm going to give you a false name if I do that. How's it? You see some contradictions, some issues coming up?
Actually, I don't.
Okay. So,
But I don't understand what your business here is.
you're part of my business right now,
Okay?
and I don't believe I should be required to divulge that information in order to access the city clerk's office.
Okay.
I get the restricted areas, like walking behind this desk and things of that nature, but to simply walk up to a window and get services shouldn't be necessary. Hello. What's your name, badge number?
Sergeant Yadlowski, 279.
Okay, thank you. We have an issue here.
Okay.
I would like to place a sunshine request for the policy that states that people are required to sign in order to access the county clerk or city clerk's office.
Okay.
Okay? In order to do that, I have to get to the city clerk's office to begin with. And I'm not willing to sign in because I genuinely believe it's a violation of the law. He's already stated that it's clearly a policy and not a law, so why am I being forced to sign in order to walk up to a window in a building that the taxpayers paid for?
Well, right now, that's part of our policy is having people sign in so we know where they're going. We can't just allow people to walk aimlessly through City Hall. So we know where they're going and who they're going to communicate with when they get there.
Okay. But it's not a law.
It's not a law. You're
Right.
correct.
But you're trying to
But you
enforce
also-
it as if
but
it
you
is.
also can't go up and just walk in an office where you don't belong.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. You guys have key card access.
Finance, like, even though there's no state law that says you can't go into city collections, there's gates that are stopping you from going into
Well,
city
yeah,
collections.
there's a
Because
locked
there's a
door.
certain boundary that we
Yeah.
allow people, public to go, and public can and can't go, if that makes sense.
But the public is allowed upstairs, but only if they
But
sign
the
in.
elevators are the same way. So you're welcome in the lobby. If you have business with the city, then we ask that you sign in so we know who's going to what departments in the city. You're not just going to walk around aimlessly throughout the different departments, because we have collections, finance.
Well, city collections is right here, right?
You know, our HR department is upstairs also.
Okay.
So there's certain places where we'll allow people to be, just like the doors that are here for city collection. Like, again, you can't just walk through there and say, I'm a city taxpayer, I want to go through here.
Okay.
We don't allow that.
I get
Same way with
that.
the rest of the building.
I get that. I
If
get
makes
that.
sense. Okay.
I'm not sure if you've ever encountered somebody like me before, but I'm acutely aware of what the laws are in the state of Missouri concerning this, and I genuinely believe you guys are in violation of both federal and state law. I really do. I think that policy sheet, if you don't make some due diligence to go get me that policy, I'll leave. But until then, I'm staying, and I'm going to go live here in a minute, and nobody in this building is going to like that, because I really do think that laws are being broken here, and that's what I'm here to expose.
Can I just ask, what are you trying, I'm not sure what you're trying to
I'm
accomplish.
trying to...
Besides, I know you're upset with the way we're.
Oh, I'm
asking
not
you to sign.
upset. This is my job.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not upset to do my job, just like you weren't angry to show up to work today. Well, you might have been. You look pretty happy, though. I love to expose these types of policies, keyword policy. And they're trying to enforce a policy as if it's law. Now, I've been to, I think, about 200 city halls in the state of Missouri, and this is the first one that I've been to that has a policy that states that I can't walk up to the city clerk's window without giving up my personal information. By the way, I might add that I video recorded everybody's personal info right there that you guys divulged. That was wrong. Those people that are...
Well, there's no personal information on that.
It's just the name, and we ask you for your name and what room you're headed to, what floor, who you.
A name is personal information.
You're correct.
It is extremely personal. It is everything that is you is your name. I mean, your mother gave it to you. That's pretty personal.
Absolutely.
So,
And a lot of that is available out there. It's subject to kind of open. If you go check the assessor's database, you can have an address and say who lives there, and they'll tell you.
yeah, yeah.
So
You have GIS as well if you want to go to the
Absolutely.
county.
So there's certain ways you can get any type of information.
Yeah,
We're not
but
asking for social security numbers.
Here I can
papers.
tell Joe Schmo was here at 8:15 and went to the city clerk's office.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, that.
Again, that's what we're looking for, so we know, like, if something happened, or did this person go where they're supposed to go?
Okay.
That's what we're here to check, to make sure everybody's going where they say they're gonna go.
Okay.
And again, we have had problems in the past where people kind of just walk in and disappear into the building.
Into
It's
the
a large
building?
So,
Well,
and we don't want that.
The thing I'm looking at
Sure,
here is when I
safe.
walk into these buildings is right here, I can see the keys attached to that door. That's probably not a smart move. You might want to let them know about that. Over here you've got key card, or that looks like a punch pad lock. Over here is probably key card. Nope, that's just a lock. So I've traveled around quite a few public buildings before, and if somebody's able to walk in, like right into the actual clerk's office, that is a problem with the city. I don't understand why you would put a policy on the people when all you would have to do is get a locked key card access door. And it looks like there's a collection of different locks and things around here. So
So obviously, everybody that works here doesn't have access to everything. So collections only has access to collections,
Okay.
finance only has access to finance, and how the department directors have their security set up for their offices and doors. We're not familiar with that. Again, we very rarely come down here, and we don't enforce any
Gotcha.
type of laws like that here. City, whatever the department director wants to do, how they want to set up their office, that's kind of up to their prerogative to decide what they want to do or who they want to give access to.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
So, can I trust you for just one moment?
I hope so.
I would like to place a sunshine request for that policy.
What would he have to do? Is there a form that he could fill out, or?
He said he's already got one of these forms. Okay.
So who would he need to return this to?
The city clerk.
The city clerk. So can I at least have your first name so I know who I'm talking to?
I'm Kent.
Kent?
Yes.
Okay, Kent. I'm Paul, by the way, again.
Nice to meet you.
So if you fill out this request, and we can get it to the city clerk.
Correct. That would
And
be
then-
great. As long as it's somebody that I trust.
Well, again, that's your prerogative who you trust and who you don't trust right now.
You've got it
So,
on
I mean,
video that
we're-
you're
video that
submitting
we're here.
a
I'm not going to
sunshine
stop you from
request.
getting a sunshine request. We
And
get
we are not.
at the police department. We get thousands of these for body cam footage,
Yep,
911
yep.
calls.
I'm probably one of the guys that sends those in.
So you're aware.
Yes.
We don't see it on this end because this is a different aspect of
Yeah,
City Hall,
yeah,
city
totally.
government. We don't deal with. He generally will, but I don't. So what their policies are as far as how they handle those Freedom of Information Acts, that's up to them, or sunshine requests.
Yep.
That's up to them how they decide to handle them. And it looks like they already have a form that's pre-printed, ready to
Yep,
go.
that's
for
I
instances
complimented
just like this.
on it, on having that. A lot of places I go to won't have it, and they'll raise issue with my camera, and then all hell breaks loose. I complimented you where it was needed to be. I'm not trying to be mean, because believe me, I know how to be mean, and I'm being very, very, very nice.
Appreciate you not being
Yeah.
mean. It's much easier to get things done when
It
people
is,
have an
it is.
understanding. And again, like I said, the laws are different than what the policies are, and how, again, each department director wants to handle their city department. That's on
Yeah.
them to decide we're going to allow access or not allow access.
Well, I would love to challenge that policy in a court of law.
Sure.
In order to do that, I have to get the record of said policy, and I'm here on site, and the city clerk is less than 100 feet away. I am not getting on my phone and going on and logging on to whatever city website you have when I got a paper form right here.
I mean, I'll give you a pen if let's say if you want to take care of this. There's a table right there. You can sit down and fill it out.
Thank you. I'd really like to go up there and hand it in myself, but if you would take it,
If you trust me, Kent, I will be more than happy. I will hand deliver
you
this.
gave
up.
me your name and badge number
Yes,
without
absolutely.
any attitude, so absolutely.
No
You're a little
problem.
bit different from Lincoln County and Pike
Well,
County.
I like to think we're a little bit different than Lincoln County, Pike County, Kent.
Yeah, I'll let you know, the Pike County Commissioner last week threatened to throw me down the steps of the courthouse because I refused to give my name.
Well, I'm all
Yeah,
open for having a good conversation and good debate, so I don't want to get violent about anything.
Oh,
like
hell no.
this when it
No,
comes to
no. I'm unarmed. I'm going to lose that.
No,
So,
no, that's not something we're looking for, so, okay.
I don't see badge numbers on your actual badge.
No, not all of them
Okay.
have that. So
Gotcha.
this is the standard badge that we get, that we just issue. Sometimes, some municipalities or some cities will have like the badge number, instead of saying Missouri, it might have their badge number on there. That's just
Gotcha.
like an option you can get.
I noticed your cameras are a little bit different from the ones I'm used to seeing. They have them exposed on the exterior of your uniform.
Yeah.
But they look like they're braced a little better so they don't
It's-
jiggle
it's
when you
all- It's all
jog.
magnetic.
Oh, shit. That could
So-
fall off.
It can at times, but it's
I've been in a
pretty-
few bar fights, man. They don't fall off.
Unfortunately, so have I. And it does fall off now and then, but it works very well, so.
Awesome. I wish the first sergeant I ever encountered doing what I do was just like you, but the first time I went to do this, I walked into my city hall and they had methamphetamines planted on me, hip toss while handcuffed and compliant. So you understand why I do these
absolutely
checks?
understand.
Yeah, I've got 91 videos of flat out corruption.
Is this citizen standpoint?
Yes.
Is that news, or is that a dot, or is that just an error?
Error.
Okay, just want to make sure we have it right so they don't have any questions.
Yep.
Is there a phone number they can reach at?
I don't give out my phone
That's fine.
for
That's
good
fine.
reason.
Just want to make sure.
I guess we are in Missouri, but I can't legally record phone calls in Illinois. And there's a chance that if you call me, I could be in Illinois.
Illinois is a two-party system.
Yeah, I've been charged with it. I've been charged with it and defeated. Almost got it struck down statewide on a constitutional basis, but some things fell through with it. But that was actually my fault. I almost got the 11 million people freed of getting charged with a felony for walking around with a camera. You know, I mean, how many cameras
That's
are
a
in
felony,
here?
and then we're all in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Cell phones.
There are special exemptions written into Illinois compiled statutes for officers and their body cams and their access to areas, but not for me. So I can't go into bathrooms. I mean, that's basically the only place I can't go. I know I can walk throughout this entire building
you're
legally.
fine.
So that's what I'm getting at is the sign-in sheet.
All right, well, Ken, I'm going to go take this upstairs right now. If Mr. Stolberg will take me up there, because I'm not sure where to go with it, but I will make sure that they get this. If that's
Cool,
fair
thank you.
enough.
I'll wait for you.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, thank you for your time. And what's your name?
Officer Benish,
Benish? I'm Kent. What's your badge number?
488.
Okay, cool. Is it that body cam on? Yep. Okay, sweet.
See,
Oh, you got the red light
red
on top.
flashing light.
I didn't see his flashing, so.
Yeah.
Totally. There's no streets or anything like that.
I had all the signs.
Yeah.
All right, Ken.
Cool.
That's the city clerk.
Okay.
Laura. I gave her your form.
Okay.
So she said she is going to try to get you that information as soon as possible. You will hear from her within 72 hours.
Okay. Good.
What her plans are. She said I might be able to have an answer for him before 72 hours. So
Okay.
usually the first letter is like, hey, we've received your information. We'll get back to you as soon as we can find the information.
I've read Sunshine front and back.
So she said it might be.
figured you did.
She said within 72 hours she might have the information that you're looking for. So
Yeah.
she said give her a little bit of time. So we
Cool.
will be hearing from her.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right.
And just a heads up, I've been teaching law.
Okay.
Tax law, not criminal law. I started on criminal law when I was 23. I'm 39. I started tax law when I was about 17. Now, I wasn't teaching at that point, but I grew up in an accounting office, so I'm acutely aware of the laws that govern our state, or your state, and the federal government. So, and it's hard, man. I'll let you know right now, I've talked to attorneys all over the U.S., and there's not a single attorney out there that knows all the law. They'll have to go and check.
No.
There's no way.
And there's too much. There's
Too many
much.
laws.
Well, between two of us, we wouldn't know all the traffic laws and criminal laws.
No,
There's so many.
And I try and be nice when I audit. I sometimes do cop watching. I've only done it in Houston so far, which, watch that video. Did I give you my card?
No.
I caught, within 15 minutes of getting out of the car in Houston, we caught 3 cops sleeping in the cars. One of them was a police chief, and he had his cherries on in the middle of the road. And we walked right up, bright lights, right up onto his car. He's asleep, and at first we thought he was having a heart attack or something. So now I've been around enough cops. I'm not going to open up your door. I don't want to get a clip emptied into me or a magazine, whatever you guys call them. And so we knocked. We knocked on the window. There's 3 strangers standing right outside your car. We knocked on the window. Bam, bam, bam.
Unfortunately, officers like that give all of us a bad reputation.
Yeah. So he's a chief of police, no less. And we didn't know that at the point in time. We knew he was law enforcement. And we knocked like probably over a period of 5 minutes, came back, knocked. And I was like, man, I don't think he's asleep. He might be having like a heart attack or a stroke. He's a heavier set guy. He's a black male. They're more prone to heart problems than Caucasians. It's called sickle cell. But anyway, he's like the poster child for heart attack and stroke. And what did we do? We're auditors. We're generally coming to conflict with law enforcement. We got on the phone, called 911, said you had an officer down. That's all we could do, because he wouldn't respond to us knocking on the window. And I'm telling you, 3 guys with bright flashlights up on a cop's car window knocking on the window. You're going to put your window down. So we called, and it's Houston. It's a city of about 4 million people. Cops came from everywhere, about 20, 25 of them, cherries blazing and everything. They were pissed off at us because the guy was sleeping. He could have woken up, and said, hey, we're fine. We even showed him we're dialing 911 because he looked over just a little bit and his eyes weren't, he had like a 1,000-yard stare, man. Mm-hmm. You've seen that before. He very well could have been drunk, but he didn't have the bloodshot eyes, but he had that 1,000-yard stare, And yeah, we got that all on video, and that was an interesting trip.
That makes all of us look bad in this
It does.
profession, so.
You'll never believe what else I found down there. You guys will probably hear about my channel here next year or so when I dig into St. Louis and Chicago. So I found some real
I
stuff.
can only imagine.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take off. Is there anything else we can help you with?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is that a Polish or a Russian name?
It's Ukrainian.
Ukrainian, okay. I've got a Ukrainian buddy. He's going to give me shit about that.
Dancing all around it. But
Yeah, Kiev is the original capital of Russia anyway.
Yes, it is.
And they're about ready to retake it looks.
I don't know what's going on. I got enough problems here. I'm not too worried about what's going on over there.
No,
Is there
no.
anything else that we can help you with, Ken?
No, sir.
All right.
That'll
Thank
be
you
it.
very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you talking with us today.
Yeah, I appreciate it as well.
You should be hearing from the city clerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
You will be hearing from the city clerk.
Awesome. I figured it. Yeah, 72 hours. Time ticks. Just a heads up. First time I read Missouri Sunshine. First time I read Missouri Sunshine, I was a little surprised that they only gave them 3 days to respond. Because I grew up in an office, and I'll tell you right now, if you dump a bunch of work on me and only give me 3 days to respond, and I'm used to working a month behind schedule.
I feel the same. I was like, 3 days is a short amount of time to stop what you're doing and get some information and find what somebody's
Yeah.
looking for.
So I generally.
Tika's talking with the clerk. She's very familiar with dealing with sunshine requests. She's like, not a
Yeah.
problem. She said,
Cool.
we'll find what we need. We have a city attorney, so the city attorney will help her probably with that and get,
Cool.
get her all the information that you need.
Yeah, and generally when I do these sunshine requests in Missouri, if they request an extension, I don't raise hell with it or try and file suit.
Yeah.
Just because I've worked in an office, and I think the legislators screwed that up when they passed that. I think that was a big boo-boo. I wouldn't have done that. They did all their public employees a great disservice by doing that. I think a week
That's
is
a challenge.
reasonable.
Yeah, a week is, but when you think about it, if it gets backlogged, a week is still a short amount of time, depending on the amount of requests that you're getting.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, big time.
makes sense.
All right. Well,
Neil,
thank you
take
for your
care.
time.
Thank you very much.